get comfortable. And we're going to start on our backs, kind of arriving in the space, and your legs can be in constructive rest, or your legs are long. Or even if you wanted to do reclined bound angle, that is absolutely fine. And just taking these next few moments of just allowing yourself to arrive and get grounded. Putting aside anything that may have occurred prior to today's practice. And not rushing to get to immediately after the practice. Just allowing yourself to be present. Allowing yourself to nourish and to check in with yourself right here, right now. And I even invite you to perhaps begin to breathe deeply through the belly. Imagining the inhale through the navel center. Exhaling out through the navel center. And you may even want to place your hands on your belly, just touching your belly. Just feeling the flow of breath, the rise and fall. And just allowing your breath to nourish you. Allowing it to be almost like a cleansing nourishment, releasing whatever no longer serves you and restoring back whatever it is that you may need. And we'll be here for a good 10 or 12 breaths. Just connecting with yourself. David White has a poem entitled Beauty. He simply says this: beauty is the harvest of presence. The evanescent moment of seeing or hearing on the outside what already lives far inside us. The eyes, the ears, or the imagination suddenly become a bridge between the here and the there. Between then and now. between the inside and the outside. Beauty is the conversation between what we think is happening outside in the world and what is just about to occur far inside us. Ten more breaths here. And these last few breaths may be the deepest breaths that you would have taken all day. Feeling the rise and fall of your stomach. And even how the earth is supporting you now. And when you're ready, only when you're ready, just go ahead and extend your hands over your head, extending the legs out if they are not already long. And then almost like a starfish, just spreading out. Taking your legs just gently outside of your mat and your hands extending out, maybe not so much overhead, but just out to the sides and just taking up space. Allowing yourself to take up space. Maybe circling your ankles, opening up your toes. Rotating your wrist, opening up your fingers, really spreading wide, really stretching. And when you're ready, returning your arms overhead, your legs straight ahead. And then with your back still on the mat, grabbing your elbows and taking yourself over to the right side. Back still should be remaining on the mat. And when you're ready, taking your legs over to the right, and you may cross your ankles or not, and it would be almost like a banana. Again, back and trunk should be remaining on your mat. And breathe here. Connecting with your breath, feeling the flow of the breath. What does it feel like? Perhaps breathing deeply into these spaces, into the hip space, into the ribs. Allowing your breath to be that flow of presence that you need. Honoring that. And 5 or 6 more breaths here. And when you're ready, go ahead and return back to center. Stretching overhead, maybe taking that starfish again. Really stretching, stretching, stretching. Noticing your back being supported. Noticing how your shoulder blades feel, the back of your legs. And when you're ready, grabbing the opposite elbows, taking your upper body over to the left. And when you're ready, also taking the lower legs over to the left. Breathing here. And this side may feel different. That's okay. Just allow it to be. Six more breaths here. David White goes on to say that beauty is an achieved state of both deep attention and self-forgetting. The self-forgetting of seeing, hearing, smelling, or touching that which erases our separation, our distance, our fear of the other. Beauty invites us through entrancement to the fearful frontier between what we think makes us and what we think makes the world. Taking the last few final breaths here. And when you're ready, coming back to center. Maybe taking one more stretch here. And when you're ready, only when you're ready, however you get there, you may turn to one side or the other, taking your time. We're going to come to hands and knees. So take your time. And when you get there, placing your hands underneath your shoulders, knees under hips, feet may be tucked or flat on the mat, and you know what to do here. Going in circles, moving side to side, whatever it is that you need to intuitively do to get inside your body. Cat, cow. This is all about what you intuitively need. So everyone needs something different. It may be stillness, moving in circles. You may want to just turn your fingers towards your knees, opening up the inside of your wrist. Taking a few more moves here. And from hands and knees, we're going to open up our hips. So we're going to take our right leg and place it next to our right hand. And we're going to pause here. If you need to get a book or a blanket or even a pillow will serve to cushion your hands to bring you up just a little bit. And just stop here. This is a gentle hip opener. But as you know, I love to open up the hips. So we're going to breathe here. And then we're going to extend that back leg back, and we're going to go into lizard or dragon, whatever you want to call it. And just breathe here. Opening up that hip. 6 deep breaths here. Breathing here. And when you're ready, let's just add a twist. Just turning to our right, placing our hand on our knee, turning upwards. And if you want to add your hand, that's fine. But let's just breathe here. And when you're ready, lowering that hand down. And then let's go back into runner's lunge. Breathing here. Beautiful. And when you're ready, bringing that right knee around and lowering it down. And let's just come back to center, taking our time, doing whatever movements that we need, and maybe moving the hips side to side. Doing whatever it is that you need. Listening to your body. And when you're ready, let's go ahead and take that left leg, bringing it and aligning with the left hand. And just pause here, getting your bearings. Opening up that hip gradually. And then when you're ready, go ahead and extend out that right leg back, feeling the hip opening in the left hip, breathing here. Breathe. Beautiful. And when you're ready, go ahead and add that twist. You may want to add the arm to it or a bind, whatever it is that works for you. Breathe here. Breathing into that hip. 3 more breaths here. And when you're ready, go ahead and release back into runner's lunge on this side. And you're going to feel that stretch in the hamstring. Breathe. And when you're ready, taking that left leg back, returning back to hands and knees. And just taking that intuitive movement like you need. And when you're ready, go ahead and tuck the toes into our only downward facing dog of today. Tucking the toes and coming into downward facing dog. Breathe here. You may want to walk the dog out. And when you're ready, coming to a standard forward fold. And just hold there. Breathe here. Beautiful. Breathing deeply. And let's go ahead and add a twist. So we're going to bend our right knee, placing our right hand, raising the left hand up. Breathing here. And when you're ready, go ahead and lower that left hand, bending the left knee, raising the right hand. And when you're ready, go ahead and release. Coming back down. And we're just going to add a few more movements of a little bit of heat. Coming up to halfway lift. Lower down, exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower down. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. 1 more time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And when you're ready, going into our first chair. Breathe here. Beautiful. You may want to try triad arms or prayer hands. You may be able to see me, I'm cut off, but just follow my voice. Go ahead and release, lower down, hands on the mat. Beautiful. Catch your breath. Breathe. And when you're ready, coming back into chair. Beautiful. Breathe. And let's just add a twist, going to our right first, an open twist. Breathe here. Then coming back to center. Going to the left, open twist. Beautiful. Coming back to center. Go ahead and lower down. Breathe. And when you're ready, just slowly coming up. Slowly, one vertebrae at a time, taking your hands overhead. And let's just breathe here. Going over to our left for a side stretch. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, going to the right. Inhale, coming up. Let's do that one more time. Exhale, going to the left. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, going to the right. Eventually coming up. Let's just bend backwards for a back bend. If the hands overhead are not an option, you can definitely take camel pose. Just opening up our heart for a back bend. Breathing here. And when you're ready, releasing, coming down to a forward fold. And I invite you to take a flow here if you like, or you can come straight to hands and knees. Eventually, we will end up on our bellies. And you can take a couple of flows here like you need to, or you can come right down to your belly. And when you get there, when you get to your belly, just pause there. Noticing your breath. Noticing the rise and fall now of your stomach against the earth. You may even hear your heartbeat. You might even have a trickle of sweat coming down. But isn't that the beauty of being present? Just breathe here. And when you're ready, only when you're ready, taking your hands out to a T, palms facing down. And almost like you're peeling off of the ground, go ahead and stack the hips towards the right. That right hand will be in back of you. That left hand can serve as a kickstand. Really stretching that shoulder. Breathing into that space. And you may even want to bend that right leg behind the left, whatever works for you. 5 more breaths here. And when you're ready, releasing this and coming back to center. And when you're ready, taking your hands out to a T once again. And this time we'll take the opposite side, almost peeling off to the left with your hips stacked on the left side. Left hand behind you, right serving as the kickstand. And this side may look different. It may even feel different. Breathing deeply. Beauty is the harvest of presence. Kindred, you are being present with yourself right during these moments of which we needed so much. And when you're ready, slowly releasing, coming back to center. And when you're ready, only when you're ready, go ahead and take your arms alongside of you with your palms right next to your hips, almost like you're taking Superman or Superwoman pose. And when you're ready, only when you're ready, starting with the upper body, gently raising the shoulders, the head, the upper torso, looking directly down at the edge of your mat, almost like you're about to take flight. Just breathing here. Go ahead and lower down. And when you're ready, go ahead and lift the upper body and then the lower body. Big toes should be touching, almost like you're taking flight. Breathe here. And go ahead and lower down. And at your own pace, repeating that, lifting the upper torso, the lower torso. And if you like to take your hands behind you, interlacing your hands, whatever it is, if you like to take your arms in front of you, just breathe here. Now go ahead and release. And let's just pause here. Taking in this sense of being present, not only in terms of the practice, but being present in terms of being fully in our body. Feeling, sitting with, and When you're ready, only when you're ready, go ahead and raise that right knee aligned with your right hip for half frog. Hands could be in any variation that you'd like. Could be tucked underneath your hips, can be out towards a T, or arms and hands overhead. And just breathe here. If you like to extend that leg, go ahead and do so. Just an option. And we'll be here about a good 10 breaths. And when you're ready, only when you're ready, go ahead and extend that leg long behind. And go ahead and move your hips side to side, kind of like shaking it out. And when you're ready, only when you're ready, lifting the left knee in line with the left hip. Arms can be in the same way or different. Whatever it is that you need. Allowing yourself to settle into this. And just breathe. Eight more breaths here. And when you're ready, go ahead and extend that left leg back with the right, shaking the hips side to side. And when you're ready, only when you're ready, we'll eventually just roll over to our backs, taking our time. And when we get there, only when we get there, placing the soles of our feet on the mat, and it would be almost like you are in constructive rest. And just pause here. Just taking in the support of the earth beneath you. Noticing your body in contact with the earth. And when you're ready, just bringing your knees to your chest. And you may remain still if you like, or moving side to side, massaging the lower back. Perhaps even taking a happy baby. Whatever it is that you need. Maybe extending the legs side to side, whatever it is that you need at this moment. And when you're ready, just slowly releasing, bringing the knees to the chest, and eventually we will take our arms out to a T, bringing our knees, lowering them over to the right, hips are to the left for a spinal twist. And breathing here. Breathing deeply. Beauty is the harvest of presence, the evanescent moment of seeing or hearing on the outside what already lives far inside us. The eyes, the ears, or the imagination suddenly become a bridge between the here and the there, between then and now, between the inside and the outside. Beauty is the conversation between what we think is happening outside in the world and what is just about to occur far inside us. Ten more breaths here. And when you're ready, only when you're ready, coming back to center, bringing your knees to your chest, and this may look different. It could be stillness. It could be another happy baby. It could be going right to the other side. Whatever it is that you need. And if you're not there yet, taking your hips to the right and your knees to the left, just taking the same pose on the other side. Hands can be any variation that you like. Beauty is an achieved state of both deep attention and self-forgetting. The self-forgetting of seeing, hearing, smelling, or touching that erases our separation, our distance, our fear of the other. Beauty invites us through entrancement to that fearful frontier between what we think makes us and what we think makes the world. Beauty is the harvest of presence. Ten more breaths here. And when you're ready, coming back to center. And I invite you to take whatever final pose that you would like for your resting pose. That may be on your back, that may be on your belly, that may even be seated. It may be on your side. It might be right where you're at and not moving at all. But simply allow yourself to rest. Be at ease. Deepening your breath. Taking a deep inhale in. Slowly letting it out. The deep exhale. One more time. Deep inhale in. Long, slow, deep exhale. And may these feelings of peace and calm fill you, sustain you, and carry you. Bringing awareness back to your body. Introducing whatever feels natural to movement in your body. Wiggling the toes, wiggling the fingers, whatever feels natural. And when you're ready, only when you're ready, turning to the left or to the right, and pause there. Extending gratitude to yourself for allowing yourself to find the beauty in that of being present, knowing that that's beauty in and of itself. And when you're ready, we will all come to a seated position, taking our time. And when you get there, just placing your left hand on top of your heart, your right below your navel center. Taking in the flow of breath, that of being present with self as well as in community. And when you're ready, placing the right on top of the left, gently tucking the chin. May you be happy and peaceful. May you be strong and healthy. May you be confident and courageous. May you be safe and protected. May you be at ease with yourself just as you are, leaving nothing out. So grateful for each of you. So grateful for this community. Be well and be safe. The light in me sees the light in you. Namaste.